the idea is, again, this place is going to be a multi-purpose space. So we're going to have events here, small events, we're going to have exhibitions here. You know, I want people to be able to come here, plug in their laptop, get with work, meet other creatives, meet other people. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, this is just a prototype for what we really want to create with the Drummer Boy space, you know, and the Drummer Boy studio. And the idea that, you know, if we can scale this, it's finished. Like, we can provide so much for so many people. I want our target market to be able to rent out the space for affordable prices to do events that actually mean stuff to our community. You know, and I want this business model to flow through. So this is, you know, a test for the business model. I want to see this flagship store in central London.
I mean, there's another picture as well that's quite, you know, like prominent, you know, in the images I've got, the picture of you in the snow.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's a sick picture.
That was a sick picture, and that's one I'm gonna throw, you know, you guys are gonna see it in the video as well. That picture is really like prominent because obviously...
Why is it prominent to you actually? I didn't ask you.
Because that just represents how far you were willing to go.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
110, yeah, because that's what I was thinking about. 110, I was trying to catch where you're going with this.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like you had to go to Orpington. You know, was it Orpington? Yeah, you went and
took a bus all the way from Orpington to Peckham.
To Peckham, yeah.
And what do you know about that lifestyle?
And it was, I saw how like anyone that sees the picture would know how thick it was. It was really snowy.
This process, yeah?
So you can tell it was cold up there.
This is in this process we face like everything. How come man be facing snow in this process?
Yeah.
Like of everything we've been through, and it's like now it's blitz.
And it's a late snow as well.
And we've got to make it happen still. I had to go and get a particular, see those light sockets there? I had to go get one of those. Basically, because the electrician needed to wire it that day. So if I didn't go get it that day,
he would.
I'd have missed the electrician.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You talked about that bit. You call it frosting or whatever. However you coined it. The bit at the top.
Oh, the glacier.
Whatever you call it.
The iceberg.
Yeah, the iceberg. Yeah. And like that beam at the top is structural. We painted it red. The brick wall is what it actually is. That's kind of been carved up before we came. We painted it white and stuff like that. I did that as well because, again, I wanted to leave an essence of what used to be here. And it almost makes it feel a bit more contemporary, I guess. But you still see the nature of the fact that this used to be a really old building. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Through the steel that's attached over there, or to the wall that's kind of, you call the iceberg, to the wall.
On, you know, Afro beats and you know, like even just Nigerian rap. My mum used to bring back Idris Abdul mixtapes when I was young. I remember Kenneth's music on Ben TV. Like all of those things that I used to do in secret, like in my house, like, you know what I mean? So when the band made Oliver Twist and it got to number 9 in the charts, and you know BBC were playing it during the New Year's countdown, and then all these like things started popping up. You could buy Ankara from like Selfridges or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like when all the
something like really impactful.
Yeah, something really impactful. So when all that, you know, started up, I just started taking note that people were actually buying into the culture, and I was like, yo, hold on, I am the culture. Like this is just normal for me. So if you're paying all these people to like do dance lessons and do this and do that, make videos, what's my contribution to the culture? Do you know what I mean? And at the time, I was hosting a lot of shows around the country at different universities. I was doing my own raves at uni, and I was producing shows at uni as well. So for me, it just made sense. I'm like, it's the culture that I'm part of. This is my contribution. But do you know what? Before I carry on, actually, one thing I do want to kind of say, because I know some people will be watching this. So like, in the early stages, I used to apply for funding and not get it. But every single time I applied, I was actually, because the application forms force you to reevaluate your project, and also it asks you challenging questions that in turn makes you improve your project. So I've never like regretted, you know, spending like the first time I spent a year writing the application. Went back and forth. They were giving me feedback. Spent a year writing a whole business plan. And then they came back to me and said it wasn't eligible.
For the funding.
For the funding,
After a year?
After a year of like back and forth.
Wow.
But the thing is, it actually just put me like so on. Like after that, I just banged out so many applications and I started getting them.
Yeah.
So with Sky, I applied in 2013. I didn't even get a response. And then when it was 2016, I felt like I was in a much better position, like career-wise.
Yeah.
I understood myself better. I understood my projects better. I understood where I wanted to go a bit better. So I applied. The application is like you have a written part and you have a video application.
Yeah.
I think I might actually take that off private on YouTube one day to like let people see.
I feel like being free-spirited is equal to being able to express yourself, and I feel like expressing yourself is hugely important, and I don't think people do that enough nowadays, and I feel like that is what leads to a lot of mental health issues and other issues within the community. If people just communicated more and expressed how they're feeling, there's so many different problems that will just go away in a heartbeat.
And I mean, I don't want to I don't know, I guess I can in a way. Like, would you say men more than anyone else need to express themselves a bit more?
I 100% feel that, I do. And I feel like it's a societal problem.
Yeah.
And I think it's the fault of men and the fault of women as well, because it's women that raise these young men up, and we need to kind of focus on the boys more. A lot of us focus on the girls because, you know, they're the fairer sex, they're weaker, blah blah blah. We pay them a lot of attention, but we don't pay enough attention to the men and to the boys, and that's something I'm trying to do, is just within my own family. So there's been a few times I've taken a little hiatus from social media. It's been a short break, but a well-needed break, just to sit back and reflect and, you know, refocus my intentions on stuff, because all those feelings, they're not me, that's not how I actually am as a person. But because I want to push so far and because I want to make such an impact, it's difficult to find the balance between being yourself and pushing for your goal, and, you know, comparing and seeing all of this flood of content. If you think about it, back in the day, you wouldn't know what Sarah down the road's doing. You wouldn't be able to call her up on the phone, let alone know what she just had for breakfast. And I feel like in this day and age, us as a society is being flooded with so much overstimulation, over-information, everything, and it has an impact on us. I feel like we're probably getting 10 times more stressed than our parents or their parents did.
Yeah, absolutely.
At younger age.
So writing's not dead.
Definitely far from it.
Far from it.
You just have to present it in a glamorous way.
Yeah,
so
in a way that people can still connect with.
Yeah,
but
like
then
capture the attention with it, like typography. Yeah. Great stuff. When we walked in, the writing on the wall there, amazing. That is captivating. It makes me want to read it. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Kind of the text, the font.
The font,
the
everything,
the layout, the way it kind of like
how it looks.
It looks.
You know, my poems as well. It's like if I have to define them, give a definition to my poems. Yeah. It's photography and words.
Yeah, I'll agree. I mean, you're bringing those two creative entities together. Yeah.
It's not just photography and words, it's photography in words. Something I learned about 6, 7 years ago now. Was rather than telling people stuff, show them. You know, don't tell people, show them.
Okay.
So rather than telling your parents that this is what I want to study, you have no right or say in it, I'm gonna do what I want, you know, show them why it makes sense for you to study what you want to study. Show them why you're gonna succeed in it. Show them.
So give them evidence.
Yes.
Tangible proofs, like, you know.
Exactly.
Like show them like a roadmap.
Exactly.
Yeah, show them a roadmap. Give them a roadmap.
This is what's happening in this industry.
Yeah.
This is the lane I'm choosing. This is where I wanna. Fit in. You know, I found my niche in this particular area. This is how I'm gonna attack the market. It's like a business plan. You can't. It's like
you can't. Yeah.
next one I've learnt from this, I cannot do an event without my event assistant. Make sure she's there.
She's around.
That's it. So every time like something doesn't go to plan, you just have to keep on pushing. You have to, because every successful person didn't start off without, like, failure is actually part of
That's part of the process.
Yeah, it's part of being like successful, it's part of learning. If you're not, I read a quote one time where it was like, if you're not like making mistakes, then you're not making decisions. That was it. You have to kind of come out of there and take the risk. Like, we will fall in love and we love it, but every time you fall in love, it's a risk. Take that same risk for your business. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of my mindset, and that's kind of the mindset I put out in Female CEO, because I want to make sure that everyone kind of gets it. Like, go for it.
Especially like young people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And it's like, if we don't do it now, when I was on social media every day, like, I started watching face. I don't know if you know the term watching face.
Like watching face,
like I'll see something, I'm like, I want that. What am I going to do to get that? And
it
wasn't for me yet. So just, you need to like be on social media, but also don't lose yourself. Like, don't lose your values, don't lose your morals, don't like,
lose yourself.
yeah, just don't lose yourself. Because I started feeling like I was losing myself. Like, I was more focused on trying to be like her instead of trying to be like me. So,
I mean, and also like when you start to watch what people are doing so much, like you forget that actually you could be something people are watching as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's almost like a three-way mirror, isn't it? Like, you're
I
looking
forgot
at this
I was
so
like,
much, but you're forgetting that there's something else, like another energy like that's channeled towards you.
Yeah.
So, like,
so for me, it was just the best thing I ever did. It was just like,
so when you decide to come back,
kind of. I just posted a
you just
picture.
posted that,
I was on holiday. I went to the Dominican Republic, and I was like, I'm back, bitches.
and that's
and that was